Lila and the Lantern in the Woods. In a quiet village surrounded by whispering woods lived a curious little girl named Lila. She had bright eyes full of wonder and a heart ready for adventure. Lila loved climbing trees, chasing butterflies, and listening to the stories her grandma told by the fire each night. One chilly evening, as the sun dipped behind the hills and the stars blinked awake, Lila noticed a strange, soft light flickering through the trees outside the window. "Grandma, what's that light?" she asked, tugging at her sleeve. Her grandma smiled and said, "Some say it's a magic lantern, left by the forest fairies to guide lost travelers home. But only those with kind hearts can see it." That night, Lila couldn't stop thinking about the light. What if someone was lost and needed help? When the moon was high and the village was fast asleep, she tiptoed outside, wrapped in her red cloak, and followed the glow into the woods. The trees swayed gently, and the wind whispered her name, Lila. Lila. She wasn't afraid. She was ready. After a while, Lila found the lantern hanging from a crooked tree branch. It was made of glass and gold, glowing without a flame. As she reached for it, a tiny voice squeaked, "Careful! That's not yours!" Lila gasped. A small furry creature with wings hovered beside the lantern, blinking at her with shiny black eyes. "I'm Pip," it said with a bow. "This lantern helps fairies find their way when they lose their sparkle. Why are you here?" "I saw the light and wanted to know where it came from," Lila said honestly, brushing leaves from her cloak. Pip blinked. "You're very brave to come into the woods alone. Would you like to help us? One of our fairy friends is lost." Lila nodded eagerly. "Of course I'll help." With Pip leading the way and the lantern in her hand, Lila walked deeper into the forest. They crossed a sleepy stream, climbed over mossy rocks, and tiptoed past snoring badgers curled up like furry stones. Finally, they found a tiny fairy sitting under a leaf, her wings drooping and her eyes watery. "I was looking for moonberries and got turned around," the fairy sniffled. "It's okay," said Lila gently, kneeling beside her. "We've come to take you home." With the lantern's warm glow lighting the way, they all returned to the heart of the forest, where the fairy village sparkled in the moonlight like tiny stars had fallen to the earth. The fairies cheered and danced, their wings fluttering with joy, and Pip gave Lila a shiny feather as a thank you. "This is a fairy feather," Pip said. "If you ever need us, hold it up to the moon and we'll come." Lila smiled, tucked the feather into her pocket, and made her way home as dawn painted the sky with gold and pink. From that day on, whenever she saw a light flicker in the woods, she smiled, knowing it was her friends and maybe another adventure waiting just beyond the trees.